How loving yourself first leads to happiness and unshakable confidence. Why self-love changes everything. Many people search for happiness in the outside world. They chase money. They chase success. They chase approval. They chase love from others. But they still feel empty inside. This happens because happiness does not start outside. It starts inside you. The most important relationship in your life is not with your job, not with your friends, not with your partner. It is the relationship with yourself. When you do not love yourself, nothing feels enough. When you do love yourself, everything feels lighter. This is the truth many people learn too late. What does loving yourself first really mean? Loving yourself first does not mean being selfish. It does not mean ignoring others. It does not mean thinking you are better than everyone else. Loving yourself first means respecting yourself. It means listening to your inner voice. It means caring about your mental and emotional health. It means you treat yourself like someone you truly care about. Imagine how you treat someone you love deeply. You are kind to them. You forgive them when they make mistakes. You encourage them when they feel weak. Now ask yourself this question. Do you treat yourself the same way? Many people do not. They are harsh with themselves. They criticize themselves every day. They blame themselves for the past. They fear their future. This inner voice becomes an enemy, and an enemy inside is more dangerous than any enemy outside. The hidden reason you feel unhappy. Most unhappiness comes from one simple source: self-rejection. You reject who you are. You reject how you look. You reject how you think. You reject your past. You tell yourself you are not enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough. This creates constant tension inside your mind. You fight yourself every day. And when you fight yourself, you lose energy, you lose peace, you lose confidence. Happiness cannot grow in a mind full of self-judgment. Loving yourself first means ending this inner war. Why confidence is built from self-love. Many people think confidence comes from success. They think confidence comes from achievements. They think confidence comes from praise. This is false. These things give temporary confidence. When success is gone, confidence disappears. When praise stops, confidence collapses. True confidence is quiet. It is calm. It is stable. True confidence comes from self-acceptance. When you accept yourself, you stop trying to prove your worth. You stop begging for validation. You stop chasing approval. You know who you are, and that is enough. This kind of confidence cannot be shaken easily because it does not depend on others. Why loving yourself first feels difficult. If loving yourself is so powerful, why is it hard? Because most people were never taught how. From a young age, many of us learned conditional love. We were loved when we behaved well. We were praised when we succeeded. We were accepted when we met expectations. Slowly, we learned a dangerous belief. I am lovable only when I perform well. This belief follows us into adulthood. We punish ourselves for mistakes. We shame ourselves for weakness. We believe self-criticism will make us better. But self-criticism only makes us smaller. Growth comes from safety, not from fear. Happiness is a natural result of inner safety. When you love yourself, you create safety inside. Your mind becomes a safe place. You are no longer afraid of your thoughts. You are no longer afraid of your emotions. You are no longer afraid of failure. You know that even if you fail, you will support yourself. This changes everything. You take more risks. You try new things. You speak more honestly. Life becomes lighter. Breathing becomes easier. This is happiness, not constant excitement, not endless pleasure, but a deep sense of inner peace. The cost of not loving yourself. When you do not love yourself, you pay a high price. You stay in unhealthy relationships. You accept less than you deserve. You ignore your own needs. You overwork to feel worthy. You overgive to feel loved. Inside, you feel tired, drained, invisible. This is not weakness. This is a sign of unmet self-love. Loving yourself first is a decision. Self-love is not something you find, it is something you choose. You choose to stop insulting yourself. You choose to speak gently to yourself. You choose to protect your energy. At first, it feels strange, uncomfortable, even wrong, but over time it becomes natural, just like learning a new language. A simple truth to remember. You cannot hate yourself into becoming confident. You cannot shame yourself into happiness, but you can love yourself into growth. This is the foundation of everything. Happiness grows here. Confidence grows here. Peace grows here. And it all starts with loving yourself first.
Part 2. How self-love creates unbreakable confidence in daily life. Confidence is not something you wake up with one day. It is something you build every day. It is built through small actions, small choices, small habits, and all of them start with self-love. Confidence begins with how you talk to yourself. The voice inside your head shapes your reality. It speaks all day, every day. For many people, this voice is harsh. It judges, it doubts, it attacks. When you fail, it says you are weak. When you succeed, it says it was luck. This voice destroys confidence slowly. Self-love changes this voice. You do not lie to yourself. You do not say everything is perfect. You speak honestly, but with kindness. You say, I made a mistake. I can learn from this. You say, this is hard, but I am capable. This way of speaking builds inner strength. Confidence grows when you keep promises to yourself. Every time you break a promise to yourself, trust breaks, confidence falls. You say you will rest, but you do not. You say you will stop negative habits, but you continue. You say you will try, but you give up quickly. Self-love means taking your own words seriously. You start small, very small. You promise to drink water. You do it. You promise to walk for 10 minutes. You do it. Each promise kept builds trust. Trust builds confidence. This confidence is quiet but strong. Self-love changes how you face fear. Fear is part of life. It never disappears. The difference is how you respond to it. Without self-love, fear controls you. You avoid challenges. You hide your voice. You stay small. With self-love, fear becomes a signal, not a stop sign. You say, I am afraid, and I will support myself anyway. You step forward, slowly, carefully. Confidence grows not because fear is gone, but because you trust yourself in fear. How self-love improves body language. Your body shows how you feel inside. When you do not love yourself, your body closes, shoulders drop, eyes avoid contact. When you practice self-love, your body opens. You stand taller. You breathe deeper. This is not acting. This is alignment. Your body follows your inner state. People feel this confidence even before you speak. Self-love helps you set boundaries. Many people confuse kindness with weakness. They say yes when they want to say no. They stay silent when they want to speak. This slowly kills confidence. Self-love teaches you boundaries. You respect your time. You respect your energy. You say no without guilt. You say yes without fear. This builds self-respect, and self-respect is the root of confidence. Confidence is built through self-acceptance. You do not need to be perfect to be confident. You need to be honest. Self-love means accepting your strengths and your flaws. You stop hiding. You stop pretending. You allow yourself to be human. This honesty removes pressure. Pressure destroys confidence. Freedom builds confidence. Self-love makes you less dependent on opinions. Without self-love, opinions control you. Praise lifts you too high, criticism destroys you. With self-love, opinions become information. You listen, you learn, you choose what matters. Your worth stays stable. This stability is powerful. Daily practices that build confidence through self-love. Confidence is not built in one moment. It is built in daily life. You pause and breathe when stressed. You forgive yourself after mistakes. You rest without guilt. You speak your truth gently. You take care of your body. These actions seem small, but they change your identity. You start to see yourself as someone who cares, someone reliable, someone strong. Why confidence feels natural with self-love. When you love yourself, you stop fighting yourself. Energy stops leaking. Focus improves. You move with clarity. You speak with calm. Confidence becomes natural. Not loud, not arrogant, but steady. A truth to remember. Confidence is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming comfortable with who you are. Self-love makes this possible. And when you trust yourself, nothing can easily shake you. Part 3. Building lasting happiness and inner peace through self-love. Happiness is not something you chase. It is something you allow. Inner peace is not found in perfect conditions. It is built inside imperfect life. Self-love is the bridge. Why happiness does not come from control. Many people believe happiness comes from control. Control of people, control of outcomes, control of life. This creates constant tension. Life does not follow plans perfectly. People do not behave as expected. Without self-love, this creates anger, disappointment, fear. With self-love, you release the need to control everything. You trust yourself to handle what comes. This trust creates peace. Self-love teaches you to accept the present moment. The present moment is where life happens, but many people live in the past or worry about the future. They replay mistakes, they imagine problems. Self-love gently brings you back. You say, I am here now. This moment is enough. Acceptance does not mean giving up. It means stopping resistance. And peace begins where resistance ends. Inner peace grows when you stop fighting your emotions. Emotions are not enemies. Sadness is not weakness. Fear is not failure. Anger is not wrong. They are signals. Without self-love, people suppress emotions. They judge them. They escape them. This creates inner chaos. Self-love allows emotions to exist. You feel them, you listen, you let them pass. This creates emotional balance. Balance creates peace. Self-love changes how you experience pain. Pain is part of being human. Suffering is optional.
Suffering is pain plus resistance. Self-love removes resistance. You do not say, "This should not happen." You say, "This hurts and I will care for myself." Pain becomes softer, shorter. Peace returns faster. Happiness comes from alignment. When your actions match your values, happiness grows. Self-love helps you know your values. You stop living for others. You stop pretending. You live honestly. This alignment brings deep satisfaction, not excitement, not pleasure, but meaning. Self-love builds a calm mind.
A calm mind is not an empty mind. It is a kind mind. Self-love trains your mind to slow down. You pause. You breathe. You do not react immediately. This space creates peace. Life feels less overwhelming. Daily habits that create lasting peace. Peace is built daily. You rest when tired. You disconnect from noise. You choose simple moments. You forgive yourself again and again. These habits teach your nervous system safety. Safety creates peace. Why happiness becomes stable with self-love. Without self-love, happiness depends on conditions. With self-love, happiness becomes internal. You still experience sadness, but it does not define you. You still face challenges, but they do not break you. Your center stays calm. This is lasting happiness. Letting go of comparison. Comparison steals peace. You compare your life to others, your progress, your success. Self-love brings you back to your own path. You say, "This is my journey." This acceptance brings relief. Peace comes from trusting yourself. When you love yourself, you trust yourself. You trust your decisions. You trust your timing. You stop rushing. Life flows easier. Peace grows naturally. A final truth. You do not need to become someone new. You need to return to yourself. Self-love is not a destination. It is a way of living. And from this place, happiness becomes simple. Confidence becomes natural. Inner peace becomes your home. If this video inspired you or helped you learn something new, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Motivation to Study English for 30 minutes every day. Your support is the energy that keeps us creating better and more meaningful videos every single day.